What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Zoom Perspective, coming at you live on this beautiful Tuesday morning, noon, or night, depending on when you're watching this. Here I have John and Courtney. What's up, folks? How we doing?
What's up, Sue? How are you? That rhymes.
I'm, I'm so good. You caught me so off guard with the opening. You were like, all right, and go. And I was like, I'm having a blast.
I like the morning, noon, and night, or whatever time it is. What do you say? Whatever. I like that part, regardless.
Tuesday on this morning, noon, or night, or depending on when you're watching this.
Yeah. That's more relevant now that we're on YouTube than before when we were on Twitch, because they only had one time of day when they could watch it. Although it is worldwide, so. Yeah.
But now it's like, whatever.
It could be whenever.
Whenever you feel like it.
Yeah. Glad you're here. What's up, Ascati? I see you in the chat waving at us.
Hi.
I'm waving with my tongue.
I'm sorry?
How are you, Courtney?
Better now that you're waving with your tongue. What?
Ooh.
Oh. Have you ever measured your tongue?
I have not. Have you ever measured yours?
No. We're still talking about my tongue, right? No, but I saw a tweet from Kind of Funny, and they were measuring their tongue on stream with like a tape measure.
Maybe we should do that.
No, I don't. I have a short tongue, so I don't want to be embarrassed by how short my tongue is. Are you gonna stick your tongue out now? Okay.
I'm covering because I don't want no pictures or gifts. I don't want none of that. Fuck you guys. I mean, it like kind of goes down to my chin, so like we're good. I think I have a decent sized tongue.
Yeah. Can you touch your nose with your tongue? Ascani's asking. No.
No.
Neither can Courtney.
Oh,
that won't stop me from trying.
It's like when Stitch uses his tongue to
dig his nose.
Boogies, yeah.
Oh.
It's hot.
Yeah, I used to have friends in school who could do that. You could just pick their nose.
I have a friend who can full on touch her nose with her tongue. It's the funniest shit. And she's like so cute. And she just but that's because her face is small, so her nose is already really close. Yeah, I'm struggling because my lips are so damn big.
I don't like that I did that, because now I feel like that kid in elementary school who was always like licking their lips, and they always had
and it had the red ring.
Yes. Now that's how I feel.
I was that kid in elementary.
You know what? I believe you.
That was me.
Just always just red and chapped.
Yeah, it just always was. It was like that was me. I just love that bitch.
It really makes sense that you're part of Talk Limited.
She would be proud.
Yeah. Oh,
Courtney.
Courtney was the kid in class who never quit.
She never know when to quit.
She had an ass that didn't quit.
I'd still do.
At 18. I still do.
Oh my god. Anyways.
She said, I still do.
On Black History Month? Right.
Speaking of which, how are you celebrating?
I was gonna ask you guys that question.
How am I celebrating?
We celebrate History Month.
Yeah, you guys acknowledging it?
Yeah, I watched Wakanda Forever.
Huh?
I watched Wakanda Forever.
Oh, okay, good.
That's
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I'm sorry?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Watch that too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I watched Best Man. That's the show that they've made out of the Best Man movies on Peacock.
Yeah, okay.
That's how we celebrate, yeah.
Good. Nice. Well, I'm black, which is dope, but here's the thing, I'm half black. So all of these heifers, all these half black kids, myself and Logic included, we had to pick a Black History Month plan.
Yeah.
So it's either like you can celebrate from the 1st of February to the 14th, or from the 15th to the 1st of March, because it's extended now to the 1st of March. So everyone has like picked, which plan they're going to go with. But I picked plan C, and that is celebrate every day, but for 12 hours only.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I'm
I love
actually at
that
the
for you.
end of my 12 hours today. So I'm back to just acknowledging it.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. So you can
Yeah.
relax while you're sleeping.
Yeah, basically. So while I'm sleeping, I'm just, never mind.
No, I know you have it in you. I do
can say
too.
that.
But we
I can
don't
say
do
that.
that.
You
Don't
know
do
that song by Wiz Khalifa, Black and Yellow? That's me.
Yes.
I can say that. No
Yes.
one else can say that. I can say that.
What's up, Jack? Jack, how goes the training?
The training, John. Was that? I don't.
The training.
The fact that you changed your diet and you're trying to get more active.
Oh, you know what? Thank you for asking. It's very kind of you. It's going pretty good. Look, I have this app on my phone called Samsung Health.
Oh, Samsung.
Comes included on all Samsung phones.
Ugh.
Yeah. And today I've hit 2,000. Where's my camera? 2,041 calories.
No, go back.
Sorry.
Wait.
I have a new camera.
Second me out.
Yeah. But I forgot it doesn't autofocus, so I have to hold it back here. 2,041 calories. My target is 2,008 because I weigh a lot, apparently. According to this, I'm fat. According to this, I'm fat. But I've been putting in like what I'm eating now. And it gives me some stats. And I eat way too much saturated fats and sodium. That's
I mean, considering your diet used to consist of McDonald's and Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
And Taco Bell and Del Taco and Arby's.
I did really well the last 2 weeks eating only from this place called Flame Broiler or Waba Grill. Essentially, they're both the same thing. And I've learned that they're only in California for the most part. But basically, it's grilled chicken in a bowl. And in the bowl, I have I get the brown rice. I think by default, it comes with white rice. And then I add veggies. Depending on where I am, it's free at one place. It's $1 more at the other. So sometimes I don't get the veggies if I don't want to pay. And I've only been drinking water, and I really have only been drinking water, which feels really good. I've been adding these Mio drops for energy because they have a little bit of energy in them. So I've been doing that. But for the past 2 weeks, that's what I was eating, and I was doing pretty good. And then on Friday at dinner time, I had pizza for the first time in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Little cheat day is fine. I
think so, but I kind of slipped backwards, and like I've kind of been having cravings. So like I think it was also Friday. I had Arby's, but I made it a point to only get the classic roast beef. So not the double, because the double's too much in everything. Meat. So the classic roast beef. Roast beef is the healthiest cut of meat that you can get, basically, from like a fast food place. So that was pretty good. And instead of getting mozzarella sticks, I only had the crinkle cut fries, which come out at like healthy. It's like the healthiest option there, basically. So I had that, and that was my Friday. So I kind of messed up on Friday. Today I had a chicken quesadilla for lunch, so not the healthiest. And so tomorrow to start, I'm gonna go back to eating just the bowls again, because I told myself that, if I'm gonna do this, then I can slip backwards, because there's no progress without a little bit of slips and falls. The worst mentality is to mess up and then go, well, I fucked it, so I might as well not do it anymore. Right. So instead, I'm just going to let myself. And the thing is even though I had these cravings, I made it a point to have the healthiest options available. I did not say, well, since I'm here, I
might as well get the mozzarella stick.
Exactly. I made it a point to search out and find the healthiest items that I can get that will satisfy those cravings. I still haven't had any soda.
Good.
During my work weeks. Over the weekend, I had a Mountain Dew, and I only had one a day.
Good.
And I've only been drinking water during the work week. I've had 6 glasses of water today. So
very good.
Yeah.
Folks, I want to point out, John used to be a kind of person who would have 4 sodas just in the work day.
Yeah. 3 or 4. Yeah.
So the fact that he's gone from 4 sodas just from the workday span, not including the sodas he would have at home with dinner.
Yeah.
So I would say that the rough estimate, maybe 6 sodas a day as a total day.
Possibly.
So he went from possibly six sodas a day down to maybe one or two during the weekend. That's pretty freaking awesome.
That's basically almost cold turkey.
Almost cold turkey. What's up, Miko? Welcome in.
Hi, Mika.
Good to see you. Basically, yeah, almost cold turkey, but that's how I quit everything. That's just how I do it.
You're an all or nothing kind of person.
I try to be, and like, so I remember when I got really heavily into smoking weed, bro, and I was like, this is awesome, man. I love weed. And then eventually it just like it overtook me, and I didn't enjoy it anymore. I didn't like who I was. So one day I was just like, I'm just done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was done, and then I didn't have and I think a lot of the times, because there is an addiction, it doesn't matter what anybody tells you, marijuana is very addictive.
Yes.
And you get the cravings, and you go, I wish I had, like, I need a hit, like, to get
I know friends that can't eat without marijuana.
Right. Yeah, because it makes everything taste better, man.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes my stomach feel better. Things like that. Whatever.
Yeah. But here's the thing: marijuana does have properties that help alleviate nausea, for example. So it is true that you can, if you have if you're a nauseous person, you can smoke marijuana. That'll ease your stomach, and then it'll give you hunger,
appetite.
Yeah, exactly. But I just decided, I was like, I'm done. And then every once in a while, like, if it's not going to affect anything, and if somebody wants to, offer me or whatever, like, then it's I know that it's not going to be like one of those things where, like, I need to do it. Like, so that's just how I am. I will say this though. The most addictive thing on this planet, besides probably heroin, which I've never done, and probably caffeine, because I do get those caffeine cravings that are
don't get me started.
But is cigarettes. Now, I'm not a smoker, but I have tried cigarettes. Like, I've just tried it. And the amount of times that I get a craving out of nowhere for nicotine is insane.
Crazy.
Yes, it's insane. And I'm not a smoker. And it's just because I've tried it. And I remember how it made me feel. Because
in your brain.
Yeah. It, like, there's such a thing as a nicotine buzz, which I never understood. To the point where, like, if I got too drunk on certain nights, I will bum a cigarette and smoke it. And yeah, because I'm like, I need it. I'm drunk and I need a cigarette. But like, but I don't do that. So I will say this: if you've never smoked a cigarette, don't, because you will have cravings for it. And it's crazy how your body just feels dependent on something that it's only had once or even twice before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you were able to kind of like stick to a diet. I think one of the big things about dieting, especially for the new year, which we talked about like 3 streams ago,
sure,
is that there's this concept that when you diet, your food has to be boring, like just plain rice, just plain chicken. Like, no, like you can still enjoy foods like sushis and pizza and pastas, all that good fun stuff. It's like when it becomes processed, and
sure,
granted, not everyone can afford to cook at home, to do groceries, things like that. But it's like what you were saying, John. It's like when you go out, you just pick what is the better alternative out of the menu. Like, for example, like when I go to Chick-fil-A, instead of getting fries, I'll get the fruit cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just little.
I mean, there's nothing in the fries anyway. They don't even season those bitches.
But just like making slight changes, right?
Yes, no,
just like little occurrences. Occurrences, not the what I was looking for, but
alternative.
Nice, a segue from all this healthy talk and healthy food and eatings, folks.
Speaking of diets,
what is that?
So, I did not know about these. I was with my friends on Monday. They took me to breakfast for my birthday. And they were talking about how they were looking for, they're like, have you heard about the most Oreo? I'm like, the fuck is the most Oreo? They said, this is the new limited edition Oreo that has cookies and cream as the filling. And then it's double stuffed into Oreos. And I'm like, for me, well, my one friend knew that I don't eat the cream filling of Oreos. I'm the kind of psychopath that when I get Oreo cookies, I scrape out the inside, throw it away, and eat just the cookie.
So you bought the most Oreo.
Did you guys know that Oreos are vegan?
Yeah.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
Oreos are vegan.
They have the little V on them.
Mm-hmm.
V for V.
The cream is soy.
No way.
I love that.
Is
That's
that true?
awesome. I don't know.
She's like, I can't find where it says that.
I don't know. I can't.
Those Oreos are half and half like us.
Yeah. Wheat and soy. Yes. But here's the funny thing.
Yes.
Usually they give you a serving size of and the breakdown, right?
It's usually 3 cookies.
It's usually 3 cookies. This one,
Yeah.
one serving is 1 cookie.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
And here's the
everything
calorie
about
count,
it.
folks. We were just talking about John's wonderful change in diet to be healthier, and everyone talking about, cutting things out. Here at 1 cookie
Yes.
is 110 calories, 2 grams of
Jesus.
saturated fat, 50 milligrams of sodium, 10 grams of total sugar in 1 freaking cookie.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, if you had 3 of those, you'd have
Heart attack.
you'd have as many calories. Oh no. No, I had 770 calories at lunch. So no. I was gonna say if you had 3 of those, then you'd have as much calories as I had at lunch. But
Yeah.
I was exaggerating.
If Connie wants to try these Oreos, I know,
Yeah.
Mika, it's specifically cookies and cream, and I don't normally like
That is so much.
fillings. So
The packaging is cute. I'll give them that. I'm a salty, savory over sweets kind of person.
same.
Me too, but I do love Oreo.
I mean, the more we're talking about it, the more my brain's like, remember that time you had an Oreo? I'm like, I do remember the time I had an Oreo. Addiction. Anyways,
All right.
Show the
are
class.
you gonna ASMR this?
No.
It's swirled. That's so cute. They put time and effort into that.
Did they?
Did they though?
Okay. It's like swirl. You know how it normally comes flat? They did like a little pipette.
Well, look at how fat that.
That's
Cookie is.
disgusting.
That is a chunky boy.
Holy shit! No wonder one serving size is a 1 cookie.
I was gonna
That's a
buy a
chode.
pack. I was gonna buy a pack of those, and I now don't want to bring that into my house. What is that?
And the best part is I saved $2 on this with my Mike Cut You rewards card. So shout out to food. First of all, it took us a long time to find these things because first off, we went to Walmart, which was a shit show. Never again. Never again. Found every other flavor of Oreo that I didn't even know existed, but this one. And then proceeded to go to Foodland. And thankfully, we only went to 2 stores after my friends had spent the previous day or a couple days prior going to 4 different stores, unable to find these. So the fact that we found them on the second store was blessing.
Mika
But
saying,
yes, here.
Mika saying I have chicken broccoli Alfredo lunches that have less calories than 2 of those cookies.
I feel that.
Chicken broccoli
Oh,
Alfredo
God.
sounds good.
So okay, here we go. So look at this chunky, very stuffed
So
Oreo.
give us a
I
little
want to be that Oreo.
double stuffed.
Ayo.
Give us a little descriptor. The cookie, what's it look like? Same as the others?
Yep, same regular. Hang on.
No special design? Boo.
Nope, no special design. Just
Okay.
traditional Oreo cookie.
Okay. Yeah.
Do a
Describe
little ASMR.
the smell.
So the cookie smells like an Oreo cookie, but the
I knew she was
filling,
gonna say that.
but the filling.
It smells like chemicals.
No, normally I feel like the normal, original Oreo cream filling smells chemical to me. Like it's waxy, it's pure sugar. I hate the smell. I hate the taste. That's why
But now we know it's soy.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna
Yeah.
to eat just a cookie. But this one smells really good.
You know what's
Interesting.
really good? If you take all that filling, melt it in the microwave, and use the cookies as a chip in that dip.
The fuck is wrong with you, Sue?
None of your business, Jonathan. Damn. Just kidding. Anyways, eat the cookie.
Hi, dude. Hey, welcome in. And hey, yes. Okay, wait. So, am I gonna eat it the way I normally eat it, or
No.
just?
No.
What? Like, was scrape off the?
That's the point of the cookie.
No, I think you have to eat it the traditional way, which is you need to twist, lick it, put it back together, and then bite it. That's the traditional way of eating an Oreo cookie.
So this is the
Amen.
inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I have to lick what, the cookie or lick the
No,
filling?
Come on. The cream.
Okay.
This is the only time she's detested. To licking the cream.
I guess so. Don't encourage her, Jack. Lick.
My word.
Okay.
Okay, and now take a bite of the sandwich. There it is. That's how you eat an Oreo. That's how it was advertised in the 90s.
Can we get a scale of 10? 10 being the best, obviously.
That is so much filling.
She said,
That took a second to process. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
wake up, Sue. Just kidding.
Okay, so first things first.
I'm the realist.
This cream, the texture,
It's crunchy.
it's so not smooth. Like when I went to lick it, it didn't even give an indent with my lick. It didn't move. Like
I think that's pretty accurate. Yeah, that's pretty. I think that's pretty traditional for an Oreo cream for some reason. I think.
Yeah,
even when
it has bits of cookie in it.
No. Like the regular frosting is still pretty thick. I would say, like even if you lick it, yeah. So it's about the same. What's up, Rose? Welcome in.
Hi, Rose.
So that's a good starting point.
It has more flavor than the original cream filling, which I'll give that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so sweet.
Like you.
Do you taste the bits of cookie in it?
No.
Oh.
I think you should finish it.
Yay.
That's right. That's right. We don't waste here. That's right.
Oh, that was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
I love a good steak.
No, she said mistake.
Nah.
Well, now I'm excited.
Gaslighting.
You're gaslighting?
Yeah, a little bit.
Girl boss.
Okay. Okay. As someone who doesn't like the cream filling, the texture kills me. And the bad part is I like cookies and cream flavored. Like I like the Oreo McFlurry. I like cookies and cream flavored things. I like Oreo flavored drinks, smoothies.
Me too.
Smoothies, milkshakes.
Yeah, me too.
I had hoped that this cookies and cream flavor would come through more in that frosting cream filling. What the fuck is wrong with me, dude? Hey, I'm lactose intolerant.
It's soy.
No, he's saying I need milk.
Oh, no, she doesn't.
Do you want me to shit myself on stream?
Don't answer that. That's a trick question. It's rhetorical.
But would I buy these again? No. I prefer other flavors of Oreo cookies. If you really love cookies and cream and you really love Oreos, I mean, it just feels like an Oreo flavor, like a little bit upped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we should do? You should ship those to John, and then he can try it, and then he'll ship them to me. And then I'll try it.
Time it'll take to get to all 3 locations. The cookies, you're the one who's gonna lose out because the cookies will be gross and stale by the time they get to you.
I have a better idea, Courtney.
Okay.
Lick every single cookie in that box, and then we'll sell it to the highest bidder.
I love that.
Okay.
I just feel like cookies perfectly represent us as a group because it's half and half.
Yes, it's a mix. This is a mixed cookie with the mixed kids in the group. But yes, so if you really like Oreos and you like double stuff, I would feel like this would be probably the better version of the double stuff cookie, the double stuff Oreo. But out of a 10, I would give it maybe a 5 or a 6.
Okay. That's actually a better rating than I thought you were going to give it. So I'll take a 5 or a 6, just like an average.
I'm sorry, though. If you're going to say that one serving is one fucking cookie, that one fucking cookie better be phenomenal and amazing, which it is not.
Listen, after eating that one, do you want another one?
Nope.
Well, then there you go. Serving size 1.
It was perfect. One and done, baby. It's my kind of cookie.
Bet, Jack. I'll ship it to you for some Aussie snacks.
Oh,
let's go.
Is he the Aussie snack? Sorry, I had
Ship
to.
your snacks to me. Ship yourself to Sue.
That's crazy that you said that. Wow.
Imagine.
Imagine.
Crazy universe. Wow. Stop.
No,
Anyway,
I'd rather eat these.
Which we can't see because it's green.
Oh, green. It's a magic bag. But all right, folks. Yeah. So that's my review. The flavor is not amplified Oreo. So considering you're marketing it as the most Oreo, that Oreo flavoring of cookies and cream in the filling is. So.
I'm gonna sneeze.
do it.
Do it. Sneeze. Bless you.
Oh, he muted himself. Loser.
Just be thankful his headset stayed on in this sneeze.
Yeah, there's a new headset. I gotta be nice to it.
But all right, folks. Speaking
All
of
right, folks,
like,
that's a show.
mixed
Good night,
things,
everybody. Speaking of mixed things, what are we talking about today?
I don't know, Courtney. What are we talking about today?
I know what we're talking about. Everybody, if you haven't already, check out the links in the description. Buy some merch and support us on Patreon. We have a post show later. But anyways, today.
What's a Patreon? What do we get from the Patreon?
I'm gonna sneeze.
oh my goodness.
You get your name at the end of the show. Also, you get a special Discord channel that you can check out. Also, at $5 or more, you get a post show. Yes, you get that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue.
And then at $8, you get a
sticker. Oh, that's right. At $8, you get the post show, and we send a sticker. In fact, we need to send who a sticker. Do you want to just give him one of yours?
I mean, I guess so.
And then we'll send you another one.
Okay, you're right. I can. You know what? I don't know why I made a face. It's the least I can do. I'll give him one of these.
Hand deliver it to him.
I will be like, here you go, $8.
Mm-hmm.
I want a sticker.
Okay,
That's right.
I'll give you a sticker.
That's right. We're supposed to send you one.
Yeah, what the?
It's been a busy week, Sue.
You're telling me, homeboy.
And you canceled on us last week, so.
I did. I was dying. I was actually sick, not gonna lie.
You feel better now?
A little bit. I'm still kind of congested.
Okay. All right.
But it's
You're
not
so
the
cute,
zid.
though.
Yeah, at
Thanks,
least you're
Mom.
still cute.
Could you imagine if I came back ugly? No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of cute, Courtney, what are we talking about tonight?
I was trying to say so, and y'all keep interrupting me.
Okay.
Damn it.
We have a schedule to keep, I think.
Do we?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it. Feels like we're kind of just lying by the seat of our pants here. But yes, tonight we're Sue's like, shit, that's where they went. But we are all, surprisingly, all three of us are mixed
gay.
kids.
Oh.
That too.
What did you call me?
I said we're
Black
gay.
History Month? Oh.
All three.
What kind of mixed are we? I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm Black and
Thank you,
Korean.
Sue.
Oh, that's good. I'm white and Korean. No, I'm not. I'm white and Mexican.
Courtney?
Are you guys ready for this? It's the reason I went last. All
Yeah.
right.
White's not.
I am.
Yeah, go ahead.
What?
I was gonna say white's not a race. I'm American, Jewish. And,
There it
There
is.
you go.
yeah. And Mexican. All right, go.
I am Hawaiian, Chinese, Filipino, Okinawan, Japanese, Korean. Did I say Chinese already?
Say it again.
Wait, let me start over.
Oh my
Chinese,
God.
Chinese, Hawaiian, Japanese, Okinawan, Korean, Filipino. I have a whole mixture of European in me that there's so many I can't. So European, there's like Russian and all kinds of wonderful mixed things. Somebody hopped over and was doing something that it permeated my family tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then so
That's a lot.
I'm the biggest melting pot of things, but majority I am mostly Hawaiian and Chinese because my mom is half Hawaiian, half Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I got down to the nitty gritty, like I have like
Me too.
German and like probably Polish or something, Russian, but like I can't go back that far. I can only go to my grandparents.
I can.
And they're American.
I'm African American and
fair
Korean. All I got for you, shoddy.
Yeah. It's like because I have like English, Irish, Dutch, Welsh, Czech, German. I think I have German in there somewhere. But
yeah.
You know what else I am though?
What?
An identity crisis.
Yeah.
I
feel that.
You know, I had a thought. I'm so sorry. I was reading chat and y'all were spitting countries, and I was like, yeah, continents. No, but so this is perfect because Black History Month is obviously going on right now, and it goes up to the end, the 1st of March. If you think it's the 28th of February, you would be incorrect, my friend. I'm so sorry. But so like we're celebrating it, and we're also celebrating it at work, and I'm just like, man, this is so dope. I love this, but also, do I have a say in this? Do I recognize? I don't know where I stand in this fence.
Yeah. And I think that's why I wanted to have the mixed kid conversation, partially because when you're a majority of one thing, you can identify and really fully get to commit into a community and your culture and it not really be questioned. Whereas when you're mixed, sometimes you end up having that moment of feeling like, okay, am I enough of this to claim this? Do I have a right to be proud of this? Do I have a right to feel this way because of this? Or sometimes you grow up and you're like, you know, at least for me, I used to grow up feeling like I'm not Hawaiian enough to be this, to feel outraged of this, or I'm not Japanese enough to claim this. And I think that's the hard thing about being mixed, especially for me. I'm mixed with so many different things. It just sucks when I want to be able to be like, yeah, I'm proud of this thing, and people first reaction is if I don't present that particular culture and ethnicity, you know, sometimes you get people who are just like, well, wait, can you say that? Can you do that? Are you appropriating?
Yeah.
And that sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't blame cultures, especially with the history of the world and how it is with this being invaded by that, this being segregated, this one being taken over. I understand why a lot of cultures are a little more, I don't want to say the word stingy because that comes off rude, but perhaps more protective of the way that they are with their cultures, because for so many years, depending on, you know, where you look at it or where you're from, for so many years it's been taken from them. And that goes for, if you think about it, really any culture in the world. So I understand the being protective of it, and maybe on the extreme sides, like the gatekeeping of it. So it's like, obviously, like if you're an outsider, that might be like, let's say if you're like Mexican trying to observe like Asian cultures, I can understand how that could be difficult. But then it's also difficult if you're a part of that community, whether it's a majority or half or like a quarter, whatever, trying to be a part of this culture that you feel like you don't have a say in. And I felt that a lot throughout my childhood, but I've kind of grown into this idea of like trying really hard to at least own it in myself, of knowing that I am these things and I have a say in these cultures. And hey man, if you don't want me, that's cool. I can't untake the blood that I have. It is what it is. Like, look at my parents. Like, that is a beautiful Black woman, and that is a very handsome Asian man. I cannot deny the fact that I came from their egg and ball sack. Like, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
I like that you used Mexican and Asian cultures because of how, like, it's not something that you would think people
coincide a lot.
Yeah, coincide a lot. But did you know this? In Japan, there is a giant Chicano subculture.
I did.
You did know this.
And I did. And also in my area, I've noticed that a lot of the times the Asian communities and the Mexican / Latina X communities are like next to each other's, neighboring, like geologically. And like if I go to the Korean market, there's a lot of Hispanic families there. There's like a Hispanic section. Like I don't know what it is about. We just,
I mean,
yeah.
And
that blew my mind that there's a whole subculture in Japan, Chicano culture, where they're doing like the lowriders, like straight out of the 90s, and the women are penciling in their makeup the way that they did in the 90s and all that. And like it's huge in Japan. Well, not huge, it's like a subculture, right? It's like underground, but it's like it's way bigger. So
it's bigger than John fully expected at all.
It blew my mind when I saw this. Yeah,
it's so cool.
Yeah,
it's kind of like how Western culture took over, like in Korea. It's happening in Japan with Mexican culture.
Yeah,
and actually, it's happening with Hawaiian culture in Japan too.
Hot.
Japanese, like there's a huge Hawaiian culture following in Japan. Like when we actually just this past year, Merry Monarch, which is the largest Hawaiian hula competition in the world. It's the most well known, and we actually had our first Japanese, hula halal get to compete.
Nice.
But cool. And what's cool about it is like, people worry like, oh, isn't that appropriation? Japanese people are some of the most like strict when it comes to culture and rituals and following things, that when they accept or embrace another culture, they revere it and they take pride in it, and they put so much care into doing things the right way. I mean, I was watching some of the behind the scenes footage of this halal and the prep that they took to come and could participate in Merry Monarch. Some of the stuff, they went harder than some of the Hawaiian halal.
Right.
So I mean, it's like it's interesting to see that blending of cultures.
I think one of the hardest conversations to have when you're mixed and you feel like you don't belong in any particular like ethnic tradition or whatever it may be, is the fear of cultural appropriation or being perceived as something that you're not. I know, like, by religion I'm not Jewish, but by heritage I am. My whole dad's side of the family, they're all Jewish, and I never had a bar mitzvah, and while I did celebrate Hanukkah growing up and Passover and that sort of stuff, it's not instilled in me as a tradition, but I am very proud of that side of my family, and who they are as people, and that culture. I'm very proud of that culture.
Yeah.
But one of the hardest things I think about being Jewish in America is how politicized it is. Everything from our allyships with Israel and that sort of thing, is that people can't separate the differences between Israel as a country and Jewish as a heritage, and that's really, really hard. And I think that's the hardest part about a lot of our heritages, is that things get politicized very quickly, and people play identity politics with that sort of stuff. Like it was asked earlier, well, because I said, well, I'm more Jewish American. I wouldn't consider myself white, or I said white isn't a race. Technically it is. If you are doing the if you're doing the your what is it, the
23andMe,
the census. Well, no, the 23andMe will break it down. The 23andMe is not going to tell you you're white.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're going to tell you what degree of white you are.
Yes, exactly. Say what kind of white person are you? But on the census, your option is just white. That's it.
Yes.
Or they say Caucasian. I don't think the census I did said white.
Caucasian. Well, I was looking at it. It said your options.
I think mine said white.
Yeah, your options are white, no Hispanic, black, no Hispanic,
Asian, North Pacific, something like that.
And then from us, they say Pacific Islander.
Pacific Islanders on there as well. Yep. So on a census level, yeah, I guess white is technically a race. But there's just so much more to it, and depending on what it is. But a lot of the things, a lot of what happens is when you're brought here, or if you're born here, like I was, rather I wasn't brought here. Your family has to conform to American standards at that point. There's a very hyphenated culture in America. and it's you realize kind of like how different America is with expressions like African American. There are people who don't identify as, first of all, African American. They identify more with the Black culture because that is who they are as people. They're Black Americans. They don't have roots in Africa. That's not who they identify with. They don't identify as African people. And you have that kind of conversation that comes up, and you're like, well, how many? And I've seen this asked, how many African Americans are there in Europe? And it's like, are you listening to yourself?
Right.
If they're European, they're not obviously not African American. So you've gotten to that point where you're just trying to be as
right. Thanks for leaving the scope of the debate. Please come back.
Am I trying to?
No, not you. Like that person would be
Yeah.
like, who is the Europe? No.
Yeah, it's like, well, you're missing the point. Like they identify as Black. Black is the race, right?
Yes.
Or even more so, they're probably immigrants, so they probably associate more with the country that they actually came from.
Right.
So it's a whole different constitution.
Mm.
But I did have a point, and that was that with being mixed is when it comes to the appropriation side of things is. I believe that once it becomes a celebration, it's no longer appropriation, right? If you are somebody who is genuinely interested in what is taught to you, and you are an observer with good faith, and you are a functioning member of the community around you, then there's no appropriation there. There's a big difference between being a part of Merry Monarch, right, Courtney? There's a huge difference about being a part of Merry Monarch than it is putting on a grass skirt and wearing coconut a bra and doing a very poor hula, right? There's a difference. One is appropriation, the other is a celebration, and you need to understand the difference.
Yes. Also, folks, coconut bra, that is not inherently a Hawaiian thing, folks. Okay, so just do me a favor. Don't do it. Don't say I'm dressing up as a Hawaiian for Halloween. Just don't.
Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't dress up as any race that's not yours. How about that?
Yeah. I going back on the conversation of the appropriation or celebration, I remember I think this was sometime last year, like 2021. I really started to learn about Black culture, not African American culture, but Black culture, because though the two can be in tandem, they're separate things because history, blah, 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 blah. We don't have to get into it.
Because part of that, because Black Americans are Black Americans first, right? Does that so when you're saying Black culture, you mean like that of which
Black Americans?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Go on. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, of course. But a big part of that is hair. And I always learned growing up, because my hair's curly. It has part of it's like Asian wavy, but the rest is curly. It's mixed. But I just learned that you put conditioner in it, you brush it out, you don't comb it, you don't have to wash it every day. Like that's all I learned. But I never learned how to braid hair, let alone like the weaves, the sew-ins, all that good fun stuff. I never learned what that was until like late last year. And so I was like struggling. I was like really learning how to do it. And then I finally asked my mom for help. And then we kind of got into this conversation. I love my mom. I do. Just to preface the story, I get what she meant, but at the same time, I don't get what she meant.
Okay.
And you'll see why. And I was like, Mom, like, why didn't you never teach me how to do this? How come you never taught me how to braid my hair, how to put in a box braid, how to install? Like, how come I never learned this until just now? And she was like, well, you're not a Black girl. And I was like, what does that mean? What? I was like, what does that mean? She was like, well, you're not a Black girl. And like, she didn't clarify, but I guess what she meant was like, I wasn't raised as a Black girl. I don't look like a Black girl, this, that, and the third, but that doesn't take away the fact that I'm Black.
Yeah.
I came from your womb.
I'm a girl.
The doctors, what? Anyways.
Unless there's something you're not telling me, Mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, what's good? My DNA test says we from like Nigeria. So, but I was so taken aback from that. And I was so hurt. I was like, the person that is supposed to help validate my identity is telling me otherwise, because I don't fall. It's part of that gatekeeping culture, because I don't fall into the quote standard and maybe like the generic storyline of a black girl, or because I don't have black girl features or whatever. I'm not. It's because I'm a mixed. I'm a mutt. I don't know what to tell you. It just be like that. But I was so stubborn in learning how to do it that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it on my own. So I was literally Shining Moon. If you don't know, he's fantastic. He also happens to be a black man. So I was like in his apartment crying over like my weave, like trying to like my mom and this, that, and the third. And he helped me he learned how to install braids because I was so hurt about this. And he was like, you know, like if this is important to you, if this is how you identify, if this is what helps show to yourself that you are just as black as me, then do it. Like it sucks that your mom said it the way that she said, but it doesn't take away again from what is in your blood, what is in your stream, your history, your person.
Right.
So I was like, that's right. So for like that whole rest of the year, I just wore braids. I don't anymore because it takes way too much time. I loved it. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
My hair grew so much, but I was like, fight me. But yeah.
It's a very expensive process too if you don't do it yourself.
Yeah, so that's why I learned how to do it myself. But
yeah. And that's I mean that's a whole other discussion too. You know, ethnic hair being a whole
why is it so expensive?
Yeah, exactly. The products
Capitalism.
The products aren't made affordable.
Nope.
And it's not explained why, you know, like there's a whole Mexican section full of hair products that I had no idea as to why, but it's like, you know, Mexican hair is thick and coarse for the most part. It's not straight,
thin or straight.
Nope. And
you
it's
know,
and it's different.
The oil doesn't do the same things.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And if you're like me, who has a whole bunch of different mixes in you, there is no one product that works because my hair does so many different things in the span of a day.
Yes.
You're not supposed to wash your hair every single day anyway because you kill and destroy the natural oils from your scalp and everything. But like immediately after I wash my hair and I go to sleep the next morning, I will wake up and my hair is frizzy and I look like I'm ready to dance in Merry Monarch because I look like Pele. But then that lasts for a few hours. My hair will relax and then it will do like my hair changes texture and variation throughout the span of just washing it or throughout the span of a day because I have so many mixes of Caucasian, European, Asian, and then Polynesian hair that they're all fighting for supremacy in just my hair. And it sucks because I'm still looking for the right combination of hair products that make my hair feel like
hair
manageable.
I think also like weather is a very big factor with our with hair in general. And then you have Hawaii that has its own microclimate depending on the time of day, not even like the time of year, just the time of day. And like the amount of times that, you know, you'll start with a sunny day and suddenly you're thunderstorming and suddenly it's overcast and suddenly it's got the tropical kind of like, you know, dampness
trade
feeling
winds
in the air.
and then it's humid. And that's even just from going from one side of the island to the other. It could be bright and sunny in town and storming rain the moment I cross over into the central portion of the island.
Yeah. So yeah, and that can be an effect, and it's not a when you're on the island, it's not something that you're going to be carrying like an umbrella around with you because it's pretty unpredictable. So now you're just stuck with this. Now you got wet hair.
Oh, that's the worst.
I will say though, we've talked about a bunch of like challenges and difficulties. I will say though, one of the cool things about being mixed is the food.
Oh my God. Yes. I was just about to, that was good. I was just thinking about that too.
The food.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your favorite? We'll start with John. What's your favorite foods from both sides?
Well, you know, it's interesting when you go to Mexico, and you go to the small towns, there are things that you don't get, which are probably considered very common. So like, you're not going to go to Mexico and like be there like finding American style cheeseburgers. That's just not something you're gonna find, right? That's
Right.
so for me the contrast is like what I see. I'm very Americanized, obviously. So like, but then you have like the best street tacos that you've ever had in your entire life. And then you have like very traditional Mexican foods that for me,
Manito.
what's that?
Manuto?
Menudo.
Which is tripe. Menudo, and you have pozole, and you have yeah.
Just keep talking. Just keep naming foods for me, please. Please, just.
You raising your hand because you want some or because you're interjecting?
I have a segue, kind of.
You have a segue?
Yeah, that's okay. We'll go back to it. But...
Yeah.
But for me, my comfort food is quesadillas, and it's just easy for me to make and to eat that. But what I find myself really like craving a lot as a Mexican food is like real carne asada, which is very thin meat.
Say it again.
I just like the way you say the word. Fuck the food.
Right. Oh my God, Sue, you should watch him order at an actual like Mexican restaurant.
Take me to the bodega, papi.
I was like,
yeah, going to an actual Mexican restaurant, I'll order in Spanish. I'll talk to
and then he'll talk to them too, and it's just I don't know shit. I obviously don't. I don't speak Spanish. I'm just standing there, happy that he's gonna feed me, and then he's just talking to them. But it's so amazing to watch the interaction until they turn and look at me and then ask me something, and I'm like, I'm just brown.
You're like, horchata, please.
Horchata, please.
Horchata.
At least I don't say it like that.
I know.
But I'm just standing there and they ask me something. And I'm like looking at John, like, please help me.
But here's the thing. I live in Southern California. So the foods that I enjoy when I go to Mexico, I can still find them here. And it's very easy for me to find them. So if I'm looking for something to remind me of when I used to visit Mexico and have a street taco, I can find a damn near identical street taco in San Diego. And nobody can argue that there's better Mexican food in the United States anywhere else than in Southern California, in San Diego. We go. Yeah, there's just no possible way.
Hi, Kirby.
Hello, Kirby.
But Sue, what was your segue that you wanted to use?
She forgot.
It's pronounced menudo.
Menudo.
So my uncle, who is married to my aunt on my father's side, he's Mexican, so my cousins are Korean and Mexican. So a lot of the times, right? So every I think it's Sunday, we'll go to like the Mexican flea market and we'll have, tacos and menudo, all that good fun stuff. But one time my uncle was reporting a smell in the car that was not a good smell. And we were like, oh, maybe you just need to clean out your car or whatever. And he was like, yeah. So he got it detailed twice, but the smell just got persistently worse. And he was like, hey, yo, what is that? And so one day my dad asked for some tools and he was like, oh yeah, it's in the back of my trunk. He had 3-month-old menudo in the back of his trunk.
Oh my God.
How did they miss that when they detailed it? They just didn't look at
you literally paid a detailer and they missed.
That's how you know. So they
or
didn't do a
do they
good
just
job.
see that and they're like, we're not going to touch that. That's a personal belonging. We're not touching that.
Speaking of smells, I have a story. When I was very young, I used to have to take the bus from LA to Mexico. That's how I got to Mexico. That's just how I got there because planes were expensive and so I'm on this bus this bus overnight and actually no, we're driving to El Paso. So I have family in El Paso, so we drive from LA to El Paso, and then from El Paso we cross the border. And the bus driver stops and he goes, hey yo, who took off your shoes? He's like, we're not going any further until I find out who took off your shoes. Bus is quiet. He starts walking up and down the aisles, looking. I'm hiding my feet because I took my shoes off. My stinky ass little feet. I'm a little baby. I'm like 7 or 8 years old. I'm not gonna wear my shoes the entire trip. My mom was like, he knows it's you. He knows your feet stink.
What's the issue? Wait, go ahead.
I don't know. I'll never know. I didn't put my shoes back on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Was the problem just the fact that you were stinky?
Yeah.
Not like a TSA problem?
No, because the feet stink.
So, wow.
I had stinky little kid feet.
That's so cute, though.
Apparently, it stunk.
You're not crossing the border until you put your shoes on.
No, he stopped the bus.
That's bad.
He stopped the bus.
That's pretty bad, sir.
He smelled you across the border.
I don't think it was me. There's no way my little 7-year-old feet stunk that bad.
Your mom was like, he knows it's you.
Yeah. He's like, he knows it's you. You try to hide your feet, but he knows it's you.
Oh my god. Sue, what is your favorite foods from both sides?
Oh my god. So my mom is from Alabama, like the deep South.
Damn.
And listen, first off, again, I love my mother. She's pescatarian. She's a huge health nut. If she could be vegan, she would. I love her. She's not the best cook in the world, but her family is. So when we go down, I love classic soul food. The green beans with the pork in it and the fried chicken and the mac and cheese that literally goes orgasmic. Soul food all the way. On the Korean side, my default is I want to say Korean barbecue, but I don't think that's specific enough because that can just be like, you know?
Yeah.
I think probably kimchi jjigae, which is kimchi soup.
Yep.
Which is spicy with it has to have spam in it. If it doesn't have the spam in it, you're not doing it right. That would be. And I remember I had a friend in college. I'll call her Jean. She's from Korea, full Korean. And I think it was close to midterms. And she's like a physics major. And she just spent the whole week in her room, just depression, marinating in her room, studying, did not see her for a week. So I went to the Korean market that was like 20 minutes from our college. And I put it in front of Jean's door. I just knocked and then I left. I texted her. I was like, there's something at your door for you. And then she was like, that's my comfort food. I needed that. Thank you. And I was like, you're so welcome. So that's probably why it's my favorite.
That I will say there is nothing that can quite heal the way certain foods do.
Yeah.
Right.
And so lucky for me because I'm mixed with fucking almost every type of Asian minus a few.
She's the H Mart.
I have the H Mart. Which we finally have 2 of those here now. I'm stoked. I'm so stoked. Okay. So if I had to pick, so as far as Hawaiian food goes, just actual like kalua pig that's been cooked in an imu all day and just
What's an imu?
Okay. Imu is an underground oven, essentially.
Got it.
And it's like lots of, what they do is they have lava rocks. It's a whole big ass pit in the ground. They put like palm fronds, leaves, hot ass lava rock, lots of it. Then they put another layering it down. It's wrapped pig and pork, all salted. And then they cover that shit with just everything, more leaves. They bury it. And it's basically just steamed, cooked all day.
That's nature's smoke oven.
Yep.
That's hot.
And then the meat just, when you finally get it, either the next day, and the meat just falls off, and it's just so juicy, and it's got that smoky flavor of all, like, they'll use, like, banana leaves, and just, it's salty. I'm salivating. I want some kalua pig now. Kalua pig and squid
I would eat a pig head. I like pig feet.
Okay.
But yeah. But Kulu pig, squid luau. Oh, I love some squid luau. And lao lao. Lao lao. Okay, so lao lao would be something more people would be enjoying because it's basically wrapped in a tea leaf and it's steamed. It has meat, like spinach wrapped around it, leaves, and you can choose between chicken, fish, beef, and it's just salty goodness. Put that with a big ass thing of rice. Good to go.
I love that.
And then my Asian side, I love Japanese food. I love sushi. I love karaage, which is a specific way they cook the chicken. Or I also love curry, Japanese curry, because it's not as spicy as Indian curry. It's sweet, and just chicken katsu curry. The way Japanese people fry chicken or pork katsu with the panko and the flaky just makes you want to sing. It's so good. And then Korean food, I've been actually really heavy into tteokbokki lately. It was just surprising because I used to be really allergic to chili pepper. So the fact that I'm really leaning into spicier foods now in my 30s is kind of funny to me. But tteokbokki and then japchae, which is the noodles, the rice, like wheat noodles. Oh, good. And then Chinese food, everything with lots of MSG in it.
I love Chinese food.
I love that.
Oh, and ramen, of course, ramen.
I love that. This is kind of related to food, but I always make it a point that whenever I date someone, because I'm sorry, I date to marry, I date for that long term. But I always make it a point where it's like, hey, like if we ever have kids, just know that they'll probably just always be mixed, you know? And what comes with that is gonna come with the food, baby. And I remember I can normally gauge how a relationship's gonna go depending on how you treat the food, especially if we like make it. But every time that I've taken a partner to like a Korean barbecue and they act very skittish, maybe dare I say offensive, I know it's not gonna last very long. But I'm trying to think how exposed I want to be. But anyways, I took someone that I love very, very much. And I know that this person's a very picky eater. Like if it's not the color white, brown, tan, beige, yellow, it's not going in their mouth. They don't do sauces, water only, barely even juice, just very plain diet. But everything I put on their plate, they at least tried, you know, and they said what they liked, what they weren't a fan of. Like even like the kimchi, I know that they don't like spicy. They tried it, and that was very special to me because it was like, oh my god, like you can appreciate this thing even though it's out of your comfort. Just for me, you're getting your dick sucked tonight.
You and I are the same person.
But it's like but it's interesting. I don't know if you guys have ever like having to introduce someone, even if it's just a friend, someone to both sides of the cultures, because it's not just the one, it's two that tend to be very opposing. And you're like, I don't know how you're gonna respond to this, but here we go. Because it's like, oh, meet my beautiful Mexican mom, and then switch. Here's my Jewish dad. You know, it's like, how do they respond to those polar opposites? It's crazy.
Yep, that's very true. Or for me, or introducing them to your foods, which is very important. Food is a love language for me. I like to cook, and like if I have such a deep personal connection with you, I will cook for you. Or even just friendship. I kind of definitely speak my affection through cooking and through food. And so if I share certain of my favorite foods from my different cultures with you, yeah, it's scary because, you know, you never judge anybody based off of their taste preference. You're going to like what you like, which is fine. But at least if you're willing to try, like you said, if they're willing to try and find, and, you know, that's fine. And then if they happen to really like Kalua pig or happen to really like spam musubi, then you're getting your pee-pee sucked.
I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. Yeah. But it's 11:11, you guys. Make a wish.
It's 8:10 here.
It's 6:11 here, but all right.
I forgot that we're not in the same time zone.
Could you imagine if we were all in the same time zone?
Well, it's late for me, so unless y'all got some final words.
Yeah, I like pizza.
Oh, me too. That's nice.
Well, I think we've solved what it's like to be a mixed kid. What do you think? The world's a better
It
place
has
now
its ups.
because of us.
It has its ups and downs.
We
has
ended
its
racism right here, right now.
I knew we could do it.
Yeah, go team.
There's a meeting of the minds. Any final thoughts, chat? Any controversial topics we should touch on before we go?
The balloon. Should we or should we have not shot? No, I'm just kidding. That's topical.
It is topical.
We should shoot it down.
It is down.
Yeah, they shot
I
it.
made the right choice then.
they shot it. It's down.
Yeah.
But
welcome back, Rose.
Oh, we love you.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah, thanks you guys for having this conversation. It's fun. I do want to eventually have a conversation touching more upon like some of our favorite stories culturally that we were told growing up. Eventually, because I think I think
all
it's
of my
important to
stories
remember.
were scary stories.
Well, then perfect. That's why we'll learn. My thing is we'll learn more about why you are the way you are today based on what you learned when you were a kid.
Because
so.
when you grow up Mexican, everything every moral is accompanied by a scary story.
Yeah,
Perfect.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
before we go ahead and thank all of our wonderful Patreon patrons, John, can you do me a really big favor?
I can't do that on stream. We'll get demonetized.
Okay, can you do me a semi-big favor?
What do you do?
Can you say some foods and just say them for us? Please?
Burritos.
I'm ready.
Pollo asado. Chile relleno. California burrito.
Can you say like a Taco Bell Supreme like crunch, please?
Yeah.
I know that's not really Mexican food,
Yeah,
but
Taco Supreme.
oh
Yeah, gordita.
Mexican pizza.
Mexican pizza. Large Mountain Dew. I would love to hear y'all's favorite cultural moments. I will start, and that is oh my gosh, now I can't. Okay, I won't. Hold on. I know I can't remember what it's called.
fake mixed kid. I'm just kidding.
Come on, John. It's Mexican, not Mexican.
I know. It's basically the Mexican folklore dances where they wear the beautiful dresses and they spin it.
Yes.
And then the men dressed like the charro and they come through and they do their what looks like tap dancing, but I don't know what it's called or anything. But I love that. And because it's a lot of whimsical movements and a lot of stomping
Passionate.
and a lot of gritos, which is I absolutely love when the grito happens. That's the yell, the Mexican yell. Both the men and both them, not the right way.
Oh,
I do it. I go. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah.
that's good.
What you should do, Sue, like if you meet up with us in April, we'll go to karaoke. You gotta hear him do it. Karaoke. It's amazing.
when I sing La Bamba, I get drunk and I start doing these gritos.
I really want to go. It depends on how this is.
I feel that.
Oh yeah, that'd be so cool to finally meet you, Sue. How tall are you, Sue? I was
5'6".
Oh, okay. You're not as tall as I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure Sue is like 5'9". I don't know why.
She's gonna stand next to me, and that's all I'm gonna see. Which I mean, I'm not mad at.
That's fair, yeah.
I'm 5'6", 5'7" on a good day.
But that is the traditional dances, basically.
I love that. Sue, what's your favorite cultural moment?
My favorite culture moment was when I went to a very fancy martial arts banquet and I got to wear my hanbok and I got to present a very special gift to the Korean Grandmaster. That was my favorite.
Wow.
I love that.
Got to do it again this year.
Pictures.
I think my favorite cultural thing is definitely by far Merry Monarch, because that's when I feel most proud to be Hawaiian, is watching all of these halau who have put in over a year of work and practice and rehearsal, and they have to go through so many different rituals, and it's a beautiful night of just, well, it's actually more than one night. It's 3 nights of Hawaiian music and Hawaiian dance, which is Hawaiian hula. And it's something it unites everyone from all around the world. And I love watching. There's Miss Aloha Hula competition, which is the for just the one competitor from each halau that's participating. Then there's Awana night and Kahiko night. Awana night is more contemporary, like modernized Hawaiian music. Kahiko night is my favorite because that's traditional Hawaiian music. You get to see the real rustic, real like OG Hawaiian costume and outfits. And of course, Kahiko night's my favorite because when it's the men's halau dancing, they're wearing the malo, and Hawaiian men don't miss leg day. And it's hot, it's masculine, it's sexy, and it's just a very, very beautiful showing properly of Hawaiian culture, one facet of Hawaiian culture, and I love it. And I love the chanting in Hawaiian. It's beautiful. It's empowering.
Nice. Well, let's thank everybody. Let's show off our Patreon thank yous to everybody out there who are supporting on Patreon. If you want your name on the screen, plus all the fantastic stuff that comes with it, make sure to check out patreon.com/talklimited, TBLKLTD. The link should be in the description. Also, by doing so, you're actually helping support the show. So, I mean, it's not just like capitalism or whatever. You're helping us. So,
yeah. So thank you.
Yeah. So
thank you all.
Thank you.
Mahalo nui loa, as we would say in Hawaiian.
Muchas gracias.
Thanks.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.